Hello, ladies, gents, and non-binary people. Romie Mojo here. Please like, comment, subscribe. So, Ozark. I watched part one of season 4 when it first came out, and I needed some time to process what I actually watched. So we're going to go by this character by character. I'm not going to do a synopsis of what happened to the season, so don't worry about that. But there's a bunch of spoilers in here, so if you don't want anything spoiled, click off. Subscribe to my channel, but click off. Let's start with, Ruth. I was so afraid for Ruth. What's going on here? So afraid for Ruth when she was trying to court that celebrity, and he was one of those people that was like, oh, well, I don't test my product alone. I need to make sure it's safe and all that. And so when she did the cocaine, I was afraid for Ruth because I was thinking, oh no, are we going to do a storyline where she becomes an addict and everything just falls apart? I'm so glad that they avoided that trope because I would have been very upset if that's the direction that they went in, but they didn't. And I'm glad. But why did they have to kill Wyatt? I know why they had to kill Wyatt. But especially since he was going to stay, they weren't going to go on the run and everything would have been the same. So to keep things moving, we had to do something. But for Wyatt to be killed, I was hurt. I'm not going to lie. I was hurt. Darlene gets on my nerves. And so I was fine that she got boom. But Wyatt? So when it came to Ruth and her love for her cousin, and she was just like, look, all she has is her family, and one after the other, they keep dropping off because of this mess. And that final scene when she stormed the house and was like, did you kill Wendy? Did you kill Marty? Did you kill? And she was like, I don't give a bleep, bleep, bleep. Someone's going to pay for this. Now, Ben's been... not Ben. Jonah's been getting on my nerves, but I kind of understand Jonah. So when Jonah went and gave her that information, I wasn't mad at him because I said, yes, let's put our energy towards him, even though we already worked out a deal for, what is it, Javi? Annoying. But the main thing was that I just felt really, really bad for Ruth. The fact that she was coming into her own, making these deals, going behind Darlene's back to make things happen. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. And she wasn't sacrificing herself for these other people. She was making power moves for herself, and I loved that for her. But here we go. The universe just has to go. Boop, 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 boop. So then Wyatt goes, and now she's spiraling. She's back to Team Spiral. Let's talk about Jonah for a second. Jonah was annoying. I completely understand it. Jonah's 14 years old, and he is upset about everything that's happened. He's upset that his uncle was essentially partially killed off by his mom, and he's like, the world doesn't make sense to him. The so-called family of his is completely deranged, so he doesn't have loyalty to them. And even though I understand all of that, he is still naive at how serious all of this is. Part of that is because they aren't giving their kids the full information to protect themselves. The other part of it, though, is because he's 14 years old. So I have to give him grace. Him working for Darlene, to him, seemed like a power move to get back at his parents, but Darlene is a liability. And if they just put it out there that, look, sooner or later, Darlene's going to get got, and they did do that. But still, it's this whole thing of, I'm going to spoon feed children information, even though I'm intentionally putting them in dangerous situations. And then this is the outcome of it. Betrays the family constantly. And we're like, ugh. So then when Wendy wanted to go and get him arrested, I'm glad that Marty was able to go and stop that from happening. I really, really am. Even though part of me felt like, Jonah, he does need to be taught a lesson because he's doing a lot, but look at the family he has to work with. Whew. I need to breathe for a second. Charlotte, I'm not mad at Charlotte. She's doing what she needs to do. She sees she's being fed that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, come on, we know this is going to end tragically, but for now, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And ooh, let's see how Charlotte is for the remainder of the season with Wyatt being killed. Because she was actually close with him and they just made up right before. Oh, that should have told us that he was going. They always do that where they bring a character around that's kind of there, but got put to the background for a bit. So we'll see what happens with Charlotte later on down the line. Darlene. Darlene annoyed me, but I loved how strong Darlene was. If there was one thing Darlene was not going to be put up with, she was not going to put up with no man telling her what to do and controlling her and controlling the situation. She always took out that shotgun and went boom. It was easily to the people that I wasn't mad at. So, but the thing is, you can only do so much carnage. You can only do so much carnage. I thought that maybe Frank was going to be the one to be like, but we already know Ruth took care of Frank, and even Ruth double checked with Frank to see if, oh, it was him. I was like, oh, please let there not be a unintentional war. We don't have enough episodes for people to going at each other, even though it's the wrong target. So I'm glad that Ruth got her answers there. Maya got on my nerves too, because I love the fact that, again, she's another person that took the situation into her own hands. But part of me was like, the whole point of this was to finally get Omar he was willing to give up the business, and all we had to do was work out this deal and stick to the deal. And then she was like, oh, well, this wasn't my deal. So then she went and got him arrested and just blew up the whole situation, which part of me was kind of loving, because I was like, yes, I love when a character goes rogue. But the other part of me was like, oh no, how are we going to live? How are we going to deal with this? What's happening? Now, let's jump to... I guess we can talk about Wendy. We already know Wendy with this whole sympathy and payola scheme of, oh, my brother. Wendy, you killed. You had your brother killed. You had your brother sacrificed. He was a sacrificial lamb. And then you're going to parade around his death, call him a drug addict, say that he's missing, and use this to go and help do a campaign for your rehabilitation centers. I said, oh, Wendy's evil. She's smart. She's wickedly smart, but she's also wicked and evil. She is. It's a fact. It's a fact. Wendy is evil. And sometimes I like the evil character. And so sometimes when Wendy, like when Darlene was having her little, oh, my chest, I can't take it because I was supposed to go and shoot them up at their home. But now, help. And when Wendy was about to call 911 and she just sat there and did nothing initially, oh, I loved every moment of that. I was like, yes, this is what I expect from people who do whatever it takes to get what they want. Wendy losing the trust of Omar, I did feel a certain way about that, because again, it was one of those things where it's like, no, we really, like, at the end of the day, you threatened us, you did all these things, but there's a kinship with Omar. There really is. He, as you know, it's almost like the concept of the lesser of the two evils, where this person is terrible, but this person is horrible. So that's why I was like, oh no, we need Omar in place, because without him, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I'm going to tell you, Javi. And boy, is Javi annoying. Oh, I'm not done with Wendy. Wendy, again, going the political angle to go and get these centers up and running, and her just always trying to figure out a way out of things. I admire that so much, especially since at the end of the day, this is primarily Marty's fault. So we'll go to Marty now. Marty is still Martying. He's still like that middleman. Oh, I am emotional, but I'm not really... I'm disengaged from my emotions. I'm detached from my emotions a lot of times. So maybe the reactions I should have aren't clicking or aren't showing. And it's not that I don't care. It's just that I just don't care as much as you do on the outside. And even though I originally I liked that about Marty, now I'm like, oh, he can go. He can't, but he can. Huh. And that takes us to Omar. Again, Omar wanting a way out was an interesting twist. And then him using his family member to do that, and him essentially becoming an informant in Rat. I said, huh, what are we doing here? Interesting. So when it all blew up, I wasn't that surprised, but he did stress us out. Javi, Javi going and in no time collecting bodies. I'm thinking him and Darlene set records with as far as doing that. Javi has no issues dropping someone. But okay, let's clean it up. Okay, let's take care of it. Oh, a cop? No problem. Oh, an official? No problem. Swipe, swipe, and then for him to actually go and agree to also work with that's why part of this is like, wait, is this really happening, or does everyone know that they're just so royally screwed? It's better to at least know the person who's doing the screwing. Hmm, I like that. Uh, is there anyone else that I want to talk about? Hmm. I'm just interested to see how this is all going to blow up and who's going to come in and save who. But until then, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Euphoria reaction, recap, whatever you want to call them. And so see you next time, or you'll see me. And yeah, bye.